Hey guys, this is Smita. In today's video, I want to talk about the real reason you guys are struggling with learning machine learning. I know a lot of the people who watch my videos or people who are subscribed to me, they are interested in learning machine learning or they've already started doing so. And I get a lot of messages from you guys on YouTube as well as social media asking about, okay, I'm really struggling with this aspect. I'm struggling with learning Python. Could you help me out? I'm struggling with learning probability. Could you help me out? So I really want to address the real reason why a lot of you guys might actually be struggling with learning machine learning and what you guys can do about it. The number one reason I feel that a lot of people who are starting off in machine learning, they often mistake machine learning for being just maybe another sort of programming language or just another sort of like software application that they are working on. Because a lot of people who actually get into machine learning, they do have a computer science background, me included. So we often approach machine learning as just maybe another programming assignment that we have to learn, or maybe another programming skill that we have to learn. So there is a slight disconnect here because, well, machine learning doesn't involve a great deal of coding. Of course, coding is involved, but that is not the majority of machine learning anyway. It's probably just the tip of the iceberg. There's a lot of extra knowledge which is required, especially with math, statistics, probability, and of course how to deal with data, picking the right types of data. So all of these skills, which are extremely important, they're not related to coding at all. So a lot of software engineers who are coming into machine learning, they might not have these skills. So there's a huge disconnect here, and that's where a lot of you will actually struggle. Obviously, if you are coming from a computer science background, you definitely have an added advantage. You know how to program, you know how to read documentations, so you can pick up different libraries which are required like TensorFlow, PyTorch, all of these, and you can easily learn them. But the knowledge which is required, for example, the math and deciding which sort of machine learning algorithm to actually use, so that's something that you actually have to work on. So I've actually created an entire machine learning roadmap, and I've talked about this in other videos, but I'm going to link it in the description box below. What I've done is actually divided the entire stage of learning machine learning into 5 different stages. And I've made it highly organized. I've described each stage, starting from all the way the basics, going to advanced level, and I've also included a bunch of really useful resources for each stage that you guys can use. So if you're someone who's coming from a computer science background, you can look at this roadmap that I've created, and you can spend a bit more time on the machine learning basics part, learning about the algorithms, the math involved, and all of that. And you can, spend less time with learning Python because you probably could easily pick that up. Another really important reason that a lot of people actually struggle with learning machine learning is that, honestly, it is not easy. It's not rocket science level hard, but it's definitely not easy as well. So I've kind of listed out a few things that you guys can actually do to make this whole process less intimidating, because a lot of people are intimidated by learning something which is completely different, and also it is generally hard. So the first thing that you guys can do is actually follow a bunch of useful pages which are related to machine learning, and spend some time either daily or weekly reading up on them, so you get some knowledge with what's happening within machine learning and the whole tech field as well. So it kind of makes the whole process less intimidating, and you get to know a bunch of cool knowledge along the way. Reading up and finding out what's happening within our machine learning and data science field not only gives you guys a sense of confidence because you have some new knowledge, but also you get a lot of different ideas as well, whether it's to do with the projects that you guys might be interested in doing, or just in general getting ideas about something that you guys might want to work on later on. This is also one of the best ways that you guys can start off and eventually proceed into maybe even reading research papers within machine learning. So if you start off by reading just general content about machine learning, what's happening within the field, you can even progress later on and be reading research papers as well. So have this sort of goal in mind. about consuming content, machine learning related content, and that actually really helps the learning process as well. Another really great thing that you guys can do is actually, if you are on places like LinkedIn, you can actually join these groups which are related to machine learning. So you can see what different people are posting within it, and also you can add different people within AI on LinkedIn. You can see what they are up to. So it keeps you in touch with the community as well. So you guys know, okay, you guys don't feel that demotivated. Because if you are someone who is just learning machine learning by yourself and you're the only one doing it, it's way more likely that you're going to give up without some external support as well. And the biggest reason why we often struggle with learning something like machine learning is just that we're just not consistent enough. So learning something difficult requires a lot of effort and a lot of consistent effort at that. So it requires you guys to actually learn something almost every single day. And that's honestly hard. It's not something that everyone can commit to, but it doesn't have to be a really big step. You don't have to learn an entire concept every single day. It's just about having no 0 days. So that's the entire goal, the mindset here. If you guys can do that, you're definitely going to see tremendous amount of results, whether it's with learning machine learning or anything else in life. If it's something that you guys are consistent with, you are bound to see a lot of success in it. So guys, as I was mentioning earlier, let's have a look at the machine learning roadmap that I actually created. There's going to be a link in the description box. You guys can download it there. So I've created this roadmap with an assumption that you guys can at least put in 8 to 10 hours a week. So that's where the time frame actually comes in. So the first stage involves actually taking a very basic AI course, and that will last about 2 weeks. And I've included some really useful resources, which from Coursera and edX, which I think is going to be really helpful in this stage. The next stage is learning linear algebra and statistics. So this will take about 2 months. Now, as I said, it all depends, right? So if you are someone who doesn't have a strong background in this, feel free to spend a lot more time here and taking a lot more beginner courses. So at beginner level, I definitely highly recommend Khan Academy, and I've listed all of that as well, all the way to advanced level. Next up is to learn Python, and that can take anywhere between 1 to 2 months, or even way lesser if you already have programming experience. And the fourth stage is actually a deep dive into machine learning, and this could take about 3 months. So I've included some useful courses for that, which go into the type of very basic machine learning algorithms, and also how machine learning works, machine learning concepts as well. Now, if you want to, you could stop at stage 4 and actually work on your own projects, work on side projects which come with the courses that you're taking. But you can also go on to stage 5, which is practicing and learning advanced machine learning. So at this stage, you can actually deep dive into things like deep learning concepts, and also learning various different advanced machine learning algorithms. This could take obviously 3 months, but this is a long process, and there's many new things which are coming up within machine learning all the time. There's going to be a bunch of new algorithms which are always going to come up. So it is a learning process, and this is a field in which you are going to be constantly learning new things. So guys, learning something like machine learning definitely doesn't have to be hard. Obviously, there's a lot of challenges which come up, and a lot of people will give up along the way. But I really feel like doing these tips which I have recommended will really help you guys out. Actually building a community of machine learning engineers who are also trying to get into machine learning, it really helps out as well. So if you're able to add people on social media, whether it's LinkedIn or some other forms of social media or a Discord chat, be part of a group of like-minded people who are also interested in learning machine learning. It really helps you guys, especially if you are just doing this by yourself. It helps you keep motivated as well. Another great thing is obviously reading up on what's happening within machine learning and AI. That actually helps develop an interest within machine learning, and that goes a long way as well. So Let me know what you guys thought about all of this in the description box below. And definitely check out my machine learning roadmap. I know that has been super helpful to a lot of you guys. And if to those who haven't checked it out, definitely check that out. Thank you guys for watching and see you in my next video.